In the last episode, I talked about why Chinese people don't give a shit about each other. If so, people with common sense might assume we must have paid all our attention on ourselves. Unfortunately, Chinese people never mind their own business. Their eyes are always on other people's behavior because they find it's easier this way to prevent anything that might happen that would be detrimental to their interests, but not for the purpose of caring. We're living in a low trust and low tolerance society, so we always suspect and scrutinize other people. For example, China got those bus securities, the pointless job ever. They get paid to just stay in the bus. There's nothing they can help whatsoever, like who the fuck don't know how to ride a bus? There's one time, final stop, I waited until the bus stopped to get up. And the security started to complain about me not hurry the fuck up. I mean, what the fuck am I sacrificing my personal safety for? So you can get an extra 2 seconds on your smoking break? Nah, that's not the reason why he cursed me out. It's for the fact that most Chinese people get up early before the bus stop because they are afraid of the bus drivers are not gonna wait for them to get up. It all started from the 80s, following the reform and opening up policy. Our country was falling way behind before the World War II. Plus, the Great Leap and Cultural Revolution were not helping, so our leader at the time, Deng Xiaoping, proposed to focus on boosting economy for the next 50 years. People looking forward to make a fortune in the post-resources allocated by the government era. But the resources and the opportunities were so limited. For the next few decades, people have to run and compete, tooth and nail to get anything they want, and they started to get used to the pace. I remember when I was a kid, like 20 years ago, if the bus driver was waiting for a grandma or a disabled person to slowly get on the bus, some passengers were gonna start to complain. And there's absolutely no mercy for a normal person to milk it. By milking it, I mean not standing in front of the door ready to get the fuck out, ASAP. The bus drivers don't wait for nobody without complaining. So most people believe if they don't stand close enough to the door, they're either gonna miss their stop or they're gonna be embarrassed in front of everybody in the bus, or maybe both. Same story for the person trying to get on the bus. That's why you see Chinese people pushing and shoving, never wait in line for their turn. Just gather around in front of the bus door like Justin Bieber's inside. And after Subway was introduced, even if the train is not crowded and there's plenty of time for people to get on and off, those people trying to get on never wait for those who trying to get off. Even if they do, they have to step a foot on the train first because the voice of that imaginary bus driver is still in their head. That voice speaks for their competitive mentality of hurrying up on anything. If they don't, somebody else will, and they're gonna miss their opportunity. If they don't, they will be blamed, not only by the bus driver, but their family, for not bringing enough on the table. And it applies to get on elevators too. You see the no fuck with his retired ass trying to get on the elevator to his apartment in the middle of the afternoon with absolutely no shit to do, still blocking the way of that person trying to get off, still not gonna back off, still insists to get in at the cost of bumping somebody's shoulder. It's not a coincidence if it's not for our mentality. So why did the bus security one curse me out? Because he's used to see people hurry the fuck up to get out. He didn't realize such behavior comes from the fear of punishment and judgment from our low tolerance society. He assumed this is what it's supposed to be. People are not supposed to mind their own business but others, such as people are supposed to give up their personal safety to buy other people's time. He believed this is where the human civilization is supposed to be going. This is the positive energy that CCP is advocating, which is sacrifice yourself to help everyone else. Lei Feng, Dong Chunrui, like these guys. If you're not able to sacrifice yourself for just a little bit, like get up early, I can only imagine how selfish you are. For a person like you deserve social judgment. When he saw me not getting up earlier like the people he used to see, he assumed I'm taking advantage of the final stop. It's the stop where the bus driver is gonna get off too, you can't miss it. In his mind, I'm a selfish person who don't have the custom of thinking for other people unless I have to do it for my convenience. So he relates me to those people he met before who trying to take advantage of anything or any situation if they have the chance, and he's disgusted. Plus, he's a bus security now. He get paid by the government. He's sort of a public official. He feel empowered. So he believed it was his duty to call me out. Not only he trying to represent justice, he's also picking a side. If he allow me without saying anything, to him, it means he's the same selfish asshole like me. So he could potentially take advantage of anything, like the pointless job he's taking from taxpayers. By calling out bad people, he's proving he's a good guy. Not only he's not gonna do anything like this, he's more decent and respectable than his bus security uniform and his pointless job. And of course, I was not the only audience. There were bus driver and another bus security too. For your information, bus drivers in Beijing always make fun of how useless bus securities are and look down on them. He wanted to prove his value so bad that he didn't care. I only do it for personal safety. I got up as soon as the bus stopped, steadily. I have no intention of wasting 2 seconds of my life just to delay his smoking break for the same amount of time. Like, what's the fucking point of this trade? Only losers believe anybody will do anything without winning. If that security's intention of feeling respectful is based on such assumption, then his attempt for approval did quite the opposite. It just makes him look even more despicable. For kids around the world, this is why you don't get respect by getting involved in other people's business. Talking about bus security, China has a lot of jobs like this. In the next episode, I'm gonna talk about how these people contribute to our society. Appreciate you watching. I will see you soon. Peace.